Hello again. Today we'll be building parts 18 to 27 of the Ford GT40 in 1/8 scale by DeAgostini. So these black parts here go into the engine surround, and there's some silver plates which need to be fitted here, which later on will have pipes. You can see that I added the right hand one in the last video and the left hand one goes here, again with screws from the underside. There's 2 screws on each, and just like before they give you more screws than you need in case you lose any. Next we have these piping sections which go down the side of the car. It's nice that they've added these details because the doors will open fully so you can see them. The fitment here is very good and you don't need to add any extra pressure to drill in these parts. There are then these covers which go over, I believe, the fuel tanks in the insides of both of the doors. There we have it. Now we've got this little extinguisher here, which is done in gloss red. Got 2 parts there, and then you've also got the gold part at the top. I'm not very happy with how plain it looks, so I'm going to add to that later on. But just like before, you've got a screw from the underside. There we are. This part of the interior wall will come in useful later. And now we've got the seatbelt parts, so we'll get out that part of the wall. There's some more mechanical detail which you add to the sort of engine bay area. Please hit the like button and leave a comment down below, as both of those really help the channel. Thank you. There we have it. Now these Sabelt seat belts have got an end with a plastic buckle and another one with a metal buckle. The metal end gets pushed through these holes below the window, and then there's a small square which needs to go over the plastic pin on the other side. So it needs a little bit of force, but it's not too difficult. And then you need to do this again 3 more times for the driver and passenger seat belts. There's number 2. Make sure you do this the right way up. And there, all of the seat belts for the shoulder straps are ready. In the next section you've got the waist belts for the 4-point seat belts. Also got some more mechanical parts. Now this next step is to add the window that separates the cockpit from the engine bay. However, it won't stay in very well. As you can see here, it just goes over the holes like so. Put it to one side until it can be securely fastened later. Now the lap belts also have a metal buckle at one end which needs to be threaded down small slits on either side of the seats. I found the tweezers really useful for this. Just like the shoulder straps, you've got a small pin which the square hole goes over the top of. and then that folds over like so. You then do this same process 3 more times. As these seats are made out of a more rubbery plastic, it is easier to fit these underneath. And there we have all 4 of those lap belts fitted. And here you can see how it will look when the shoulder straps are added as well. I'll do that properly later. Now here we've got the other section for the engine compartment dividing window. These pipes here need to be fitted in the correct places. I actually found that these rubber ones here fell out, so if that happens to yours, use a little bit of super glue just on the tip and they will stay in place really nicely. So make sure that you add the interior window at this point so that you can sandwich it between the 2 parts. I actually forgot to do that here, so I had to open it up and add it later. But it will stay in place, no problem, when you add the 5 screws, 3 along the top and 2 on the bottom corners. And then you can add this to the interior like so. And the main part of the car is really coming together now. I'm pretty happy with that. I wanted to improve the look of the fire extinguisher, so I got these decals here from Model Works. Some of them include decals for fire extinguishers. Put down a little bit of micro set, these water slide transfers, and then applied a couple like so. Then, because fire extinguishers are often held into place using metal straps, I cut some very thin strips of plumber's aluminium tape and wrapped them around like so and folded them down using a little cotton bud. These don't go over any of the decals, so they won't interrupt with any of those. But I just think that this adds to a little bit of realism. I'm trying to keep this kit as box stock as possible, but I just thought I could add to that, and I think it adds a lot. Now for the dashboard. Unlike some of the road cars, the instrument displays did not have chrome surround, as you can see here on this example of the real car. To do the instrument displays, you've got stickers which go onto this black piece here. There's also some switches which go on later. So there's the 2 main ones, the large rev counter which goes here in the middle, and then the grey one, which I think is the oil temperature, which goes onto the left. Then all the other smaller ones are the same, so you can put those on in the correct places. Found that tweezers were useful so they didn't get stuck to my fingers. There we are. Now then, the switches go through these holes on either side. Then the clear surround goes through first. More switches. And then the black part with the stickers then goes on top of that and keeps all of those in place. And you just do the outer of the two screws at this point, as the other one will be added later on. Looks okay. Now here you've got the top of the dashboard, and this one will use that central screw hole, so make sure you don't fill that early. And then as well as that, you've also got two screws on either end. Don't screw them up too tightly all at once so that you can reposition it so that you're happy, but I'm happy with that. Then finally we've got a few more interior parts, including the gear stick. There are now some air vents and some more switches which go onto this. You've got a circular air vent which goes into either side and fits into place using a single screw. There we are. Dash almost complete, just needs a steering wheel. So then the gear stick slots through a hole in the back, and then there's a few points in the floor where it needs to meet up. Then you've got the gear stick surround, which goes over that and then slots in on the left like so. And then those can be screwed in from the other side. There we are, one gear stick. Now then, the seats slot into place. Make sure to put the shoulder straps over and out of the way. This needs to be slotted in just behind the gear stick, and then it needs to be pushed down quite firmly. If you don't push it down firmly enough, the screw holes won't meet underneath, so this may need a little bit of trial and error. And there we have it. This is the interior, nearly finished. As you said, just need the steering wheel. Really looking forward to the next part. Please let me know what you think. I'm particularly happy with how I improved the fire extinguisher, and I think the belts look really good. Here, just to finish off, is a picture next to my 1/24th scale, just to give you an idea how big this is. Please do leave a comment down below, give it a like, and I'll see you soon.